Your Honor, thank you very much. I'm Dr. Tamara Lewis, and I represent Mr. H in this case. We want to talk to the court today about the fact that an adverse inference was used against Mr. H. In the case of Mr. H, he remained silent during the trial, and the trial judge was permitted to use this as evidence of his own guilt. Now, we want to bring the court's attention to Article 6.1 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which states that everyone has a right to a fair public hearing and trial. In our case, we believe that the use of the adverse inference was not properly used against Mr. H, and we base that on cases such as Averill, O'Donnell, and Condron. O'Donnell is the case that I want to discuss this morning. The reason I'm discussing O'Donnell is because in that case we had a suspect with an IQ of 62, and that suspect was keeping silent during his own trial. And as he was silent in his trial, an adverse inference was instituted by the judge against him, saying that he should have spoken at his trial to explain the circumstances. Now, the court agreed that the adverse inference did not actually violate his right under 6.1, but they did that with the understanding that the right to silence is generally something that all suspects enjoy. However, they recognize that if there is additional evidence, and that evidence points toward the person's guilt, for example, in the O'Donnell case, there was a knife found on his premises. He had also yelled out the words, "just kill," and there was other evidence found at his house that suggested that he had been involved in a murder. In Mr. H's case, though, we have no such evidence. In fact, on the scene of the crime, they found only syringes. And syringes, Your Honor, are not evidence that someone has actually murdered. They might be evidence of drug use, but drug use is not at issue in this case. And so we want you, Your Honor, to find that the adverse inference used in our case, in fact, violated the client's right to silence, and we want you to overturn the conviction of Mr. H. Thank you.